this riff for a long time. And it was something that I wrote after seeing a local band in Austin called Opposite Day. They just write like insane riffs. And so I got inspired after seeing them, went home, tried to write my own kind of crazy riff, and ended up being in 10/8, which is kind of cool. And so then I took it to the band, and they were like, yeah, you know, this is a cool riff, but let's take that and maybe simplify it so that we can actually make it into a song, you know, not just a crazy jam. So we actually worked backwards from that riff I originally had. Took the riff, tried to pull out whatever the root notes were, and then make that the verse. And then from there, try to write a chorus. And so I took the notes from the verse and just tried to piece together some chords with like sevenths in them just to give it a little bit more depth. And that became the chorus.
When we recorded the original demo for it, I remember hearing something in my head. I was just like, oh, there's got to be I hear a melody, but for the life of me, I just can't find those notes for there. So I was just like, you know, I was like, Matt, shut up real quick. I was like, we have to find these notes. I was like, let me see what you're playing. And I would just analyze every string he was hitting until I found the note that I had in my head.
The bridge came to be called The Crazy Part, kind of out of necessity of having to do something a little bit more interesting than just playing some chords and singing something over it. So we came up with one iteration of the bridge. And then that was cool, but it wasn't cool enough. And so then we started to kind of develop it. And I just started to play with notes and just kind of did it all by ear. And the notes I would land on, I'd be like, all right, let's have the bass hit that note with me.
Originally crazy already, but we added in another part which made it even crazier.
And Drag the Ghouls was always really heavy. You know, it was a song we wanted to be heavy and wanted to be a little complicated, but it needed something else. You know, I wanted to have almost like a keyboard kind of sound underneath of it. So I came up with this arpeggiated clean part.
At the time of writing this song, I was rewatching The Sopranos. In the second season, there's this scene where Paulie is haunted by these ghosts. And so he calls Tony and he's like, I'm dragging a bunch of fucking ghouls around. And I just thought, like, this is awesome. Like, write this one down.